Alright children, as I said, now we'll understand or we revise about the rules of Roman numerals, okay. So here basic symbols are written. So in Roman numerals there are basically 7 symbols and those are I, V, X, L, C, D and M and the corresponding value also are written here. And next about the rule. Rule of repetition. Already have explained to you about it and you have written your pretest also about this chapter and classes also. It's been taken, right? So I'm sure you all know about this rule of repetition. One of the simplest rule it is. So what is that? In Roman numeral, you can repeat a symbol maximum up to 3 times. You're not supposed to repeat more than 3 times. Any symbol, not any symbol. Again, there is an exceptional case. Symbols can be repeated up to 3 times. But what other symbols can be repeated? This, and this and this, but 5, 50 and 500, what is V, L and D can never be repeated. You have to write it only once. We'll never write V 2 times. We will not write V and V for 10. For 10 we use X. So remember in the pattern 5, 50, 500. So if you remember the corresponding Roman numeral, you can remember V, L and D can never be repeated, can never be subtracted. These 3 symbols only have to use once, no repeating and no subtracting. You should not write before any greater value. You cannot subtract these 3 symbols. But symbol like I, X, C and M. So see the pattern there. 1, 10, 100, 1000. All starts from 1. Those things can be repeated, can be subtracted also. Like M2 we don't subtract, but rest all, rest all we subtract, right? So those symbols can be repeated, but V, L and D can never be repeated. But other symbol can be repeated only up to 3 times, maximum up to 3 times. So that is rule of repetition. The rule of addition says that if you write a symbol with a smaller value after a greater value, then which means you have to add. If you write a symbol with smaller value 5, that is V, after a greater value, then it is addition. X is 10 and V is 5, and if you add this is 50. You can use this for addition V, but not for subtraction. Okay. So what is rule of addition says? If you write a symbol with smaller value after a greater value, which means it is addition, then rule of subtraction is completely opposite to it. If you write a symbol with smaller value before a greater value, smaller value I before a greater value, that is 10 and 1, that is subtraction. 10 minus 1 is 9. Okay. So this rule of subtraction mainly is used here in 4, 9, 40, 90, 400 and 900. Then 14, 24 and all, it is same, repeating those symbols. Okay. Mainly for 4, 9, 40, 90 and 400, 900, we are using rule of subtraction. So for example, 4 you know, 5 minus 1, 40, 50 minus 10, correct? So that is 40. Again 9, 10 minus 1 and 90, 100 minus 10. So this is how 4, 9, 40 and 90 is written. So here rule of subtraction is used. So that's it. If you know the rules, then easily you can write the numbers in Roman numeral. Okay. So that's it about that chapter, I guess. And sometimes in Hindu Arabic, if number will be given, you have to convert it into Roman numeral, and Roman numeral will be given, and you have to convert it into Hindu Arabic system. So when it is given in Roman numeral, how to convert it to Hindu Arabic? Just look at the value 50 and 10. Next, after greater value, no? 50 and 10, 5 and 1. So 50 plus 10 is 60, 65 and 66. Okay. Or L and X is 60 and this is 6. 60 plus 6 is 66. And if it is from Hindu Arabic to Roman, 94. So don't write 9 and 4. First you write 90. This is nothing but 90 plus 4. So 90 is C and X. So this is 90 and 4 is I and B. So this is 94. Okay. Imagine that number in expanded form, then you convert it to Roman numeral. So So that's it about this chapter, and hope it's clear, but you have to practice little more about this chapter, okay? Converting the numbers. Only few things will be revised once the lesson will be explained in short, but revision you have to do it by yourself. And next chapter is about addition. So I don't think so that there's much to explain about this chapter. The first thing in addition, you have learned about the rules or the properties of addition, right? So there are mainly three properties: zero property, order property and grouping property. Order property is also known as, you have just in the name of order property, or else it is also known as commutative property, and grouping property is known as associative property, okay? So what do you mean by zero property? In the sum of any number and zero, or zero and any number is always the number itself. So that is zero property. And order property says that in addition, changing the order of addends will not change the sum. 3 plus 2 is 5, 2 plus 3 is also 5. If you change the order of addend, the sum remains same. And associative property says that when you add 3 or more numbers, okay? When you add 3 or more number, you can group the number in any way. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, or else 1 plus 2 plus 3, same number. If you add this plus first step, that is also 6. So you can group the number in any way, but the sum remains same. So that is associative property, and that works when there are more than 2 numbers. Okay, when you add more than 2 numbers, 3 or more than 3 numbers, not 2, 3 or more than 3 numbers. Okay, so that is about the associative property. And then simple addition, that you can do it, and sometimes it will be given as find the sum of greatest 4-digit number and 5-digit number. So first you have to write the greatest 4-digit number, then the greatest 5-digit number, then sum. Okay, first you have to understand what is the greatest 4-digit and 5-digit. Greatest 4-digit and smallest 3-digit. So whatever it is, you have to write the number and then add. So that's it. And next, if it is 2 or 3 numbers, whatever the addition, write the number one by one, start from ones place and add, okay? And don't forget to add the carryover number. And next, about the word problem, let me remember, you will be having word problem mixed of money, addition, subtraction and multiplication. You have to identify about what the word problem is. For that, there are few words. I hope you all know this. Now addition I am explaining, so addition I will say, if it is altogether, all or total, okay, you have to add. But please don't search for the words. First read the question at least 2 times. Read the question thoroughly. If you read the question, you will understand. You need not, those words are not necessary at all. But you are not supposed to search all left together. No. First you have to read the question. Okay. And then you have to write the statement. And again, let me say, if there are 3 numbers in the word problem, like Aman had 4,500 rupees, 4,550, and Roshan had 4,690, and one more. Raj has 7,570 rupees. If it is like 3 numbers, Aman's one, Roshan's one, and Raj's one. So 3 statement will come. Amount Aman had, amount Roshan had, or amount Raj had. Then final statement, total amount they have. Okay. If there are only 2 numbers in the question, 2 statement plus 1 final statement. And statement you can frame in your own way. But remember, in word problem, you have to put a line. Statement must be written here, and working should be done here. Now this is not the rough part. It is not the rough part. That is a working. Okay. So both should be there, and finally answer should be written with proper symbol. Symbol in the sense, if it is about amount, you have to write rupees. If it is about distance and all, kilometer, meter, or liter, or else like kg, grams, whatever is in the question, you have to write that. Okay. So that is about the word problem. One more thing I want to explain. Children, do you remember about this? Writing the missing number. I had explained to you. Sometimes missing numbers will be given in this chapter. Like for example, dash plus 45,694. So the answer is 9,800. So answer is given, second addend is given, but first addend is missing. How to do it? Do you remember this? Yes, I had told you. So let me repeat it once again. Whenever, if the first addend is missing, then you have to subtract these two and write this number. If you subtract the second addend from the sum, you will get the first addend. For example, so 98,514 minus 45,694. You have to subtract it. 4 minus 4 is 0. 1 minus 9 is not possible. 11. So 11 minus 9, 2. And 4 minus 6 is also not possible. So 14 minus 6 is 8. 7 minus 5 is 2. And this is 5. So 52,820 will be the answer. Now just check. 0 plus 4 is 4. 2 plus 9 is 11. 1 carry over. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. 1 carry over. 2 plus 1 3. 3 plus 5 8. 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay. So not only first addend, if second addend, if in case if this is given, if it is not given, then what you have to do? You have to subtract this from this. Okay. Remember, whenever the addend is missing, one addend is missing, you have to subtract the given addend from the answer. Okay. So if first number is missing, subtract these two. In simple I am saying. If second number is also missing, subtract these two. Okay. But if last number is missing, if answer is missing, then you have to add, no subtracting. In these two, if any number is missing, then you have to subtract the given number so that you will get the answer. So that is in page number 23. So I had explained during that time. Hope you all know that, but still once I have revised it. Okay. So that's it about these two.